World War II stands as one of the most significant events in human history, spanning from September 1st, 1939 to September 2nd, 1945. This global conflict involved numerous nations and resulted in unprecedented destruction and loss of life. To understand what really happened during this monumental war, we must first explore its causes. The roots of World War II can be traced back to the unresolved issues following World War I. The Treaty of Versailles, which ended the First World War, imposed harsh penalties on Germany, fostering resentment and economic hardship. This discontent contributed to the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party, who promised to restore Germany's former glory. Key factors that led to the outbreak of World War II include the rise of fascism in Italy under Benito Mussolini and militarism in Japan, both of which culminated in aggressive expansionist policies. Germany's annexation of Austria in 1938, and the subsequent occupation of Czechoslovakia demonstrated Hitler's ambitions for a greater German empire. Furthermore, the signing of the Non-Aggression Pact between Germany and the Soviet Union on August 23, 1939, secretly agreeing to divide Poland, emboldened Hitler to invade Poland without fearing Soviet intervention. The war officially began on September 1, 1939, when Germany invaded Poland. This act prompted Britain and France to declare war on Germany on September 3rd. The invasion was characterized by the Blitzkrieg strategy, swift and coordinated attacks using aircraft and ground forces, which overwhelmed Polish defenses. Following Poland's swift defeat, the Soviet Union invaded from the east on September 17th, effectively partitioning the country. By late September, Poland had capitulated. World War II unfolded across multiple theaters. In the European theater following Poland's fall, Germany launched a series of successful campaigns across Europe. The fall of France in June 1940 marked a significant turning point as Nazi forces occupied much of Western Europe. Meanwhile, in the Pacific theater, Japan's expansionist ambitions led to conflicts with China and Western powers. The attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, brought the United States into the war, marking a critical escalation in both theaters. Several pivotal battles shaped the course of World War II. The Battle of Britain in 1940 saw the Royal Air Force defending the UK against large-scale attacks by Nazi Germany. This was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. Operation Barbarossa in 1941 marked Hitler's invasion of the Soviet Union, opening up the Eastern Front and becoming one of the largest military operations in history. It ultimately led to severe German losses at battles such as Stalingrad 1942 to 1943 and Kursk 1943. Another critical moment was D-Day on June 6, 1944, when Allied forces launched a massive invasion of German-occupied France at Normandy. This operation marked the beginning of the liberation of Western Europe from Nazi control. One of the most horrific aspects of World War II was the Holocaust, the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews and millions of others deemed undesirable by the Nazi regime. This genocide was part of a broader campaign against perceived enemies, including Roma people, disabled individuals, Polish people, communists, homosexuals, and others. In response to these atrocities, the Nuremberg trials held post-war aimed to hold Nazi leaders accountable for their crimes against humanity and established a precedent for prosecuting war crimes globally. World War II concluded with Germany's unconditional surrender on May 7, 1945 VE Day, followed shortly by Japan's surrender on September 2nd after atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August, marking VJ Day. The aftermath reshaped global politics significantly. A power vacuum left by Europe's devastation allowed for the rise of two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, setting the stage for decades of geopolitical tension, known as the Cold War. Additionally, many countries in Asia and Africa began movements toward independence from colonial powers weakened by war efforts. The formation of the United Nations in October 1945 aimed to promote international cooperation and prevent future conflicts. In conclusion, World War II was not merely a conflict between nations, it was a profound struggle that reshaped societies and ideologies worldwide. Its legacy continues to influence global politics today. Understanding what really happened during this tumultuous period is essential for grasping contemporary issues rooted in its history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through World War II. If you found this information enlightening or have any questions about specific events or figures from this era, feel free to leave your comments below. And don't forget subscribing to our channel.